Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. We are here with session number 9 of the Trickle Down. This is a trilogy, quote unquote, of Harbinger that we have been playing for some time now. And I promise, tonight is the finale. It will all be over by the time that this session is finished, one way or another. Yeah, it's been a blast so far. I've had a lot of fun running this game. This takes place in a kind of a homebrew love letter, if you will, to cyberpunk that I had made called Chrome City. It's all the neon loveliness of the 80s kind of catapulted into science fiction. So yeah, this has been a really fun ride so far, and I'm hoping that tonight is no exception to that. But before we get started, I'm going to give the same warning that I give at the beginning of all of my games, and that is if foul language and mature subject matter are problems for you, then this is not a great channel for you to land on. There are probably better places for you to spend your Friday evening. But if those kinds of things do not bother you, then come on in. As I said, we are playing Harbinger. Harbinger is currently a system that is being play-tested by the Absolute Tabletop Company. You can find the rules to download this playtest at their website. I believe that is in the description of this video. You should go in and check that out. I hope at some point soon that they will be putting those out on Kickstarter, because I'm really looking forward to kind of getting the official product in my hands. But it is a science fantasy system based heavily on 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, with some of the systems kind of swapped out, and it's pretty badass. So, speaking of badass, I'm going to pass things over to my players so that they can introduce themselves, tell you where you may be able to find them on the internet, what they have going on, things of that nature, and then we're going to get this ball rolling. So we're going to start with my brother from another mother, Chad.
I'm going to assume you mean me.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Chad. You can find me numerous places throughout the AbTab lexicon, Dewey Decimal System, whatever you want to call it, the Rolodex of games that are out there. Outside of that, you can find me on Twitter, if you'd like, if that still exists, if that's still a thing. You can also find me at Roll Call RP pretty much every Saturday. I will not be there this week, but you can find me over there most weeks. And then Thursday, I am hanging out with our lovely GM Jeremy over at Metata, or Mini Terrain Domain, if you're not in the know, and we play a lovely Kids on Bikes game, which Thursday was pretty phenomenal. So you haven't caught up with that, I highly encourage you to hop over to Mini Terrain Domain on the YouTubes, take a look at that. Obviously, don't leave right now and go do that, but do go check that out when you have a chance. Yeah, I'm just having a blast. I play Ulysses. I'm a Forge-born Mancer, and I tell you what, I'm excited to put a bow on this, man. I'm excited to put a bow on this, finish this up. All of you guys have been amazing. I'm so glad that we could have come together and done this. Let's do this. Let me explode. I just want to explode.
It's a real possibility. You're starting what, 9 over your limit? Yeah, or you're at 9, one of the two.
Starting 5 over my limit. I'm at 9, 5 over my limit right now.
What could possibly go wrong?
Explosions are imminent. I'm okay with it.
I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, man. I second the indication to go head over to Kids on Bikes on Jake's channel, Mini Terrain Domain. It's a great group of players and a really amazing collection of characters that everybody is really kind of getting into the groove with. And of course, Jake is a masterful GM in his own right. So just a fantastic game so far, and I can't wait to see where that goes. But always a pleasure to have you here, Chad. So thank you. Next up, speaking of always a pleasure to have the other Chad.
Yeah, that's how it goes around here, dude. I'm the other Chad. So you should know that. If he's just saying Chad, that's you. I'm other Chad. Um, and Twitter, no, it's formerly known as Twitter. It'll be called X now, if you didn't know that, thanks to Elon Musk. Anyways, I'm playing this guy named Lucius, Louis the Slugger, and he's kind of a Forgeborn on paper, I guess, but he was a man at once, and he's kind of a Mancer on paper, but he likes melee, so he's a little different. So we're just trying to, push the limits of the rules. It says it's supposed to be this, but you can use it for other things, right? And it's been a blast. You can find me here mostly as of late, but this one sadly is coming to an end. So we're gonna have to try to pull Jeremy's arm and try to get him into something else or something. But we'll see. That's we're here for this right now, first and foremost. So yes, let's get to rolling some dice. And thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, dude. Very much the same, man. Thank you. Yeah, this starting out, planning on it being a one shot in the very, very, very beginning, and then trilogy, and then things expanded. Kind of like my waistline over the last 20 years. So it's been a lot of fun though. So I'm really looking forward to. Again, I love stories. I love these kinds of games, but I also really love having big finales, like big epic bombastic ends to these stories. So I'm hoping that we're able to do that tonight. So speaking of bombastic endings, Todd.
Unmute. There we go. I'm Todd. I'm playing Mechanist. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yes. And yeah, I'm not really on the socials. I mean, I am, but they're private.
Yeah, no worries at all, man. It's been an absolute pleasure so far getting to know you and sit at the table with you. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Sylvan's gonna pull out here at the end. So, yeah, this has been just a fantastic tale so far. All right, last but certainly not least, we have Glenn.
Hey, yep, I'm Glenn, playing Kahiti, Voidborn Reaver who just absolutely loves melee on that one. Yeah, you can find me on socials, kind of like Todd, probably, and some other places. Don't know why you would. I might run into me at Start Playing, which is where I ran into Jeremy for the first time on that one, and some other games. So, keep an eye out. You find us randomly in games every once in a while. Otherwise, yeah, looking forward to the next 4 parts of this ending to get us, I was a little confused. I swear you said this was a shopping episode. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about, colors and things like that. So, but I guess we'll just skip that. I'll just DM you off the side, I guess. Yeah.
We'll take care of that after the episode. Yeah, man. This has been a ton of fun. I was really, really happy that you and Todd reached out and that we were able to put this together and that it's turned into this. It's been an absolute honor to run this for y'all. So hopefully tonight does not disappoint and everybody walks away happy. Or at least, with a complete story. All right. So, without further ado, let's do this. Most people live their entire lives with blinders on, having no real idea how many times their whole world comes this close to changing forever. Unless it directly kicks them in the ass, they have no fucking clue that it even existed in the first place. This narrow view they keep while they go about their daily business is so focused on only what is immediately around them that they would be in utter shock at how quickly it could all be snatched away. One press of the wrong button. Some asshole pulls the trigger at the wrong time. The evil that drips from the fingers of one more greedy corporate pig finally makes the entire bucket spill over. And that's how this shit all works. The scraps that fall from the table aren't ever the good bits. It's always the greasy shit that trickles down. We find ourselves in space. In orbit above the moon of Cybele, as the Space Station 1138, owned, operated by Wyrm Hole Industries, rolls into our view. We already see that there is small clouds of smoke coming from various places on this space station. The thrusters are firing rapidly in one direction and then another to try to right this space station and bring it back online with where it is supposed to be. And as we pull in closer to this station, we pass through the glass dome into the atmosphere, the artificial atmosphere inside. And we see a station-wide riot has broken out, organized by Awara and kicked off by the four of yours truly. Sylvan has managed to evacuate several of the sealed bays, docking bays on this space station in order to shift it out of alignment with the moon of Cybele, delaying this lunar alignment that is continually being announced. However, the counter is now back to just under 3 minutes and counting. We see Kahiti and Sylvan pushing their way through little skirmishes here and there between either members of Awara or the working class here on the space station and the security, which is a group known as the Friary. They have soldiers known as Templars who are trying their best to fight back this crowd that clearly outnumbers them. Elsewhere, deeper inside the facility, inside of a lab, there is Dr. Jamon Avav Marville, who is trying desperately to compensate for the misalignment of the space station in order to try to bring it back in line with the lunar alignment of Cybele. It's unclear to us exactly what the purpose of this is. However, the methods are a little sketchy. We see a number of Forgeborn that are suspended above and set equidistant around the dais that the doctor is working on, and they have tubes coming and going out of them. The tubes that come to these individuals look like it has unfiltered, unseparated Astra flowing into ports in their extremities behind their skulls. And the tubes that are flowing out seem to be producing pure chartreuse Astra, this lime yellow Mountain Dew looking Astra that is glowing with power. And as it is coming out of them, all of these cables and wires all bundle together into an aperture, like some kind of morbid flower, at the center of this dais up above, and then disappear into the ceiling beyond. However, that is not the most eye-catching thing in this room, because as of right now, we see Ulysses and Lucius engaged in full-out combat with almost half a dozen of these armed soldiers, these Templars. So, we're going to start in combat. I still have the initiative order from last time written down, but I'll leave it up to the four of you whether you want to keep that initiative order or roll anew before we start.
We're not there with them though, right? Like we're out of combat right now or in combat still?
Yeah, you guys are running across groups that are in combat. So whether you wish
Gotcha.
to engage with them or whether you wish to
It's
head
just as
elsewhere.
much of a up to luck to leave it to what it was last time. So there you go. Yeah, I'll leave mine there.
Okay. Does it work for everybody else?
Mine either way.
Excellent. All right. So, let's see. Alrighty. Okay, first up, Ulysses. The last thing that you did was you used your arm cannon to shoot lightning at the three Templars that are kind of on the half of the room that you decided to take. One of them you obliterated outright. The second one, it arced too. He took damage, but he is still alive. And the third one managed to escape any injury from it whatsoever. So, that's the situation that you are currently dealing with on your part of the room. What would you like to do?
So one is completely obliterated. One is pretty significantly hurt. And
Yes.
one managed to avoid it.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Do I see the doctor in my purview?
Yeah, absolutely. So the two of you kind of swept around the outside of this room. Let me bring up the picture of it again. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. So you and Lucius kind of parted ways and went around this kind of geometrically shaped room. It's, you know, hexagonal shaped or what have you. And in the center of this room is where the doctor is, on this round platform that's only like probably 2 feet or so off of the floor of the rest of the laboratory. And the only thing that he has around him are the instruments and panels of the computer that he's working at, and then suspended above that are these Forgeborn that seem to be powering this machine or something.
Okay. So let me take a look real quick. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you know what? Marvel is the bad guy, right? We're all in agreement here. I'm not gonna be the jerk face if I like.
The guy who makes Fudgy the Whale?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be the jerk face if I start going and popping off on things. Okay.
Yeah.
Already
No,
know.
like we're gonna blow the building
We're
up.
already
Like
in
at
it.
some
We don't
point,
think
like
of it already.
do you kill
Yeah.
him before you blow it up or after? It's
Fair.
murder either way.
Fair.
He's the mad scientist
He's
behind it all.
yeah, okay. Ba-ba-bum. But these guys have potentially like magic fuck up guns as well.
You
So
did,
it's not-
yeah. One of them shot you, and you felt it threaten the tether that you felt to your
Yeah, and that's
chartreuse
what I'm saying.
Astra.
And that's what I'm thinking now too. Is
Yeah.
like, do I go after the big guy or do I take out these little ones? You know what? Fuck it. I think I'm gonna take out the little ones. I can do that. I'm gonna be dumb because I can. I'm gonna do an Astra Bolt, but I'm also gonna boost the Astra Bolt. So it costs nothing to do Astra Bolt, but I'm gonna boost the
Mhm.
Astra Bolt. Ba-da-ba-da. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna boost the Astra Bolt twice. So I'll make that cost 2, which will now put me up to 11, which will be 6 over or 7 over my limit, but it's okay. Um, I'm gonna make it go to 2d8 damage, and then if I can, I'm gonna basically twin it off and try to hit both of them
Okay.
with 2 Astra bolts. So
Alrighty. So roll a d12 for your Astrofade.
roll the d12 for the Astrofade. Okay. D12 for the Astrofade. Oh,
Yes, sure.
Ooh, okay. That's a 5.
5. The Astra flowing through you takes hold. You are paralyzed until the start of your next turn.
And that happens right now?
No, it happens after you cast the spell.
After I cast the spell.
Correct.
Okay. Well,
so Astra Bolt is attack rolls, I think.
Attack rolls, and I'm gonna do 2d8 for because I bumped it. So I'm doing 2d8 damage with it. Let's go. Attack roll. Ooh, okay. That's 15 plus. Well, I guess if it's coming through my arm, it's 15 plus 7, right? Oh no, plus 6, I guess, if that's my spellcasting attack. Yeah, plus 6. 15 plus 6 would be 21. Yeah, 21 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
2d6. That'll be 4.
2d6 or is it 2d8?
Oh, 2d8. Sorry, thank you. 2d8.
You're welcome.
2d8s. 5 and okay. Still the same sort of damage. It'll be. Do I add anything to that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh wait, no, I see it. I do add the +3 for proficiency. Okay.
Oh really?
So,
okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I'm looking at it there. So you do. So it's 9 plus 3. That'd be 12.
Okay. And are you targeting the uninjured one or the one that was already damaged?
I'm targeting the. Ooh, good question. Let's do the uninjured one.
Okay. 12 on the freshie.
The freshie, yep.
Okay. And then your second beam?
Second beam will go to
the injured dude?
Injured dude, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that attack.
That beam will be. Ooh, okay. Maybe it doesn't hit. There's a possibility. But ooh. 16?
That hits.
Oh god, okay. Oof, I was really close. Okay.
That is the number.
4. Ooh, not nearly as good of a damage though. That'll be 8 damage on that one.
8 damage.
Yeah. And now my Astrofade is already even. So
okay.
Paralyzed.
So describe to me how you cast this spell. The first one hits, damages the dude. The second one hits and kills the guy that was already injured from your lightning. And then how you end up paralyzed after that.
Okay. So I remember I have the new arm cannon, right? All of my Astra is being fed through this arm cannon, but it's having to be recharged right now before I can use another one of the cool spells on the inside of the cannon. I'm using this as a focus though right now. And because I'm using that as like my hand cannon, it's overheating and it's overcharging my clock. And I think I shoot out a beam of that red Astra and just vaporize the one guy. And then I turn to the guy that is uninjured, kind of just a sweeping motion. And as I do, I feel that whole sensation lock up in my arm, and my arm is outstretched in like the casting position, and I'm locked in this stance except for like my eyes. I think everything but like the cranial awareness is locked in this space. So I look over to Lucius, realizing that now I am a scarecrow in a laboratory that cannot move for the time being.
All right. As Ulysses seizes up, meanwhile, across the space, Lucius, you are engaged with at least two of them that had drawn their like combat knife and closed to melee with you, because their rifles, their carbines, had been stripped from their hands by your spell that you had cast at them. So there's at least two of them that are engaged in melee with you, and then there's a third who is at range. What would you like to do?
Oh, don't freeze on me now, buddy. It's time for Louis to slug, and I'm gonna go to punch the closest one. Oh, first, I'm gonna power up with Limit Enhancer for sure, because I don't remember if I did that last time we played or not. So I'm gonna do that first.
Yeah, I can't remember. And I think two of the two that are disarmed, one of them has a little bit of damage on him that you did last time. I think you punched him in the chest. And then the other two that are on your side of the room are uninjured so far.
Okay, I'm gonna try to knock him in his teeth then. Let's see. 14 hit.
14 is gonna miss. Your fist like scrapes across the front glass of his helmet as he kind of like leans back to try to get away from the punch. Uh-oh. I think he froze up.
He could just be really, really intent on what he's doing.
He might be. Oh,
Yeah.
no, it looks like maybe he's back. Maybe.
Nope, now he's doing duck lips. Yeah, now he's a candid like end of the sitcom. Ah.
Uh-oh. Okay, so I don't have your second attack roll, Chad.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Did you say 18?
16.
16. Okay, 16 is the magic number, so you hit. Are you hitting the one who was already injured, or the second one? Oh no.
Correct.
The injured one. Okay.
The one that was already hurt?
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll up your damage.
Yes. So that'd be 12 bludgeoning, I guess, and then 12 lightning.
Ooh, okay, so 24 points total. All right. He's still kicking.
Okay. I'll brace to see what comes next, because that's my bonus and both of my attacks. So
All right.
that's me.
So you power up, you swing, scratch across the front of him, and then catch him right in the place where his helmet kind of connects to the body of his armor, which kind of like jerks his chin down towards his chest and causes him to kind of take a half step back from the sheer power that your fists hold. It is the Templar's turn. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take care of the two that are on Ulysses. Ulysses, both of them still have their guns.
Sorry, you have to add
one of them.
Add 4 more to that. I forgot. Sorry.
4 more. Okay. He is still around. He is still kicking. Okay, Ulysses, you have 1 left on your side of the room. He is leveling his WHI equalizer carbine at you. It is going to shoot. What is your AC?
I can't do anything to avoid that, correct?
I mean, your armor class.
my AC is okay, but I'm paralyzed.
Oh, you were right.
Look, I gotta be by the book. I'm paralyzed though. So
attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Okay, so they have advantage, but doesn't necessarily.
You still get your armor class. Yeah. They just have advantage against you.
Yeah, you're not
okay. So I have armor class of 17.
Okay, so he hits you on the money. So you see him kind of sight down this again. At first, you thought it was a scope, but upon closer inspection, when you got a little nearer to them, you realized that it was some form of device that was made out of the eye of, like, the optics of a Forgeborn. And you watch as the Astra builds at the back of the gun and becomes filtered through this Forgeborn's eye, and then shoots out at you in a magenta, projectile, as this Justicar smirks at you from behind his lit visor, and it strikes you. So you're going to take piercing damage to the tune of 6 points of damage. However, you also need to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma, see.
Charisma.
Do it with flair.
Oh, I will do it.
Agador Spartacus.
Okay, let me try this. Yeah. Ooh, God bless. No. It's not horrible, but I don't know what I'm needing to hit. So I rolled an 8. My saving throw is a +6 for charisma.
Okay.
So we're looking at a good solid 14.
Okay. Thankfully, you beat the DC.
Okay, good. Oh, thank God. Because I thought for a minute that smirk was...
Oh, yeah.
I thought that smirk was... You're dead now.
I was selling it. I was trying to sell it.
You. Good for you. You're dead. Hey!
Okay. Once again, you feel one of these magenta bolts slam into your body, and you feel that tether with your Chartreuse Astra grow thin, almost like the way like a cable starts to like snap in places and just holds together at the middle. Is kind of what you feel like your connection to your Chartreuse Astra is like after this impacts you. Yeah. Okay. he is going to move further away from Lucius. Basically to the extreme of his movement to the other side of the room, where he can kind of take up position a little bit better, keeping his carbine trained on you, Ulysses. Okay. The ones that are on Lucius, the one that is at range is going to shoot at Lucius first with his equalizer. What is your AC, Lucius?
My reaction to pain, and I'm gonna, since I am limit enhanced, I'm going to boost it for free so that it lasts the entire round.
Okay. And what was the number again?
So 18.
18. Okay.
1-8.
He still hits you with a 19. So you're going to take 10 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Since I'm enhanced, is it a spell effect?
No. No, it's an effect of the weapon they have.
I get okay, because yeah, it just says you have spells in their effects, so alright. You said charisma? Alright.
Ooh.
8.
Okay. You have Magenta Astra as your strongest, or as the one that you use the most often, or is it Chartreuse?
Chartreuse is more of a lime than a yellow, right?
Yeah, Chartreuse is yellow, and
okay,
yeah,
then I'm
lime
Chartreuse.
Green. Okay. You are no longer able to use anything that cues off of Chartreuse Astra. Anything that you have in effect is ongoing. That's still active. But you're not able to use any of your abilities or spells that draw upon Chartreuse Astra for the time being. As you feel that tether snap, and you feel separated from a part of your power. Okay. The two
I also need to roll on the Astra effects table.
Oh, okay, yes. What are you at over your fade limit?
2 over.
2, 2, 2. Okay, so it's a D6.
3.
Your reflex is slow. Reduce your armor class by 1 until the start of your next turn.
Okay. Alright.
Alright.
I'm down to 17.
Okay, 17. So now the two that are closed with you for melee are going to...
Sorry, one other thing. Was that damage bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing?
Piercing. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take half then.
Okay. Okay. They are rearing back with their combat knives. Each one of them is able to attack twice in that case. And they have advantage because they are flanking you. They're trying to stay on either side of you. Okay, the first one's first attack, nowhere near you. Just whiffs past you. The second one, 17, you said does hit?
Correct.
Okay, then that one's going to get through. You're going to take slashing damage to the tune of 6 from that one. Okay.
So 3.
And then the second Templar is going to take his 2 swings at you. Missing you terribly with the first one. And the second hitting at the 17 again. This one is going to be 7 points of slashing, so halved to 3 points again. Okay. that takes care of all of the Templars in the room with Ulysses and Lucius. I don't think that there are any that are concerned with Kahidi and Sylvan at the moment. Kahidi, you just basically cut a massive swath because you eviscerated the one captain that you had closed with, and the rest of them either dropped back or threw down their weapons and gave up, or hesitated so much that they were swarmed by the rest of the Owara. So right now, you kind of have an open pathway to wherever it is that you want to try to go. Unless you just want to find another knot of these individuals to try to close with.
No, I think so it's Kahidi and Sylvan together there. We were moving our way into the hallway. Now I'm just trying to triple check myself here. They're trying to align with whatever satellite moon thingy and the room. We have under 3 minutes, right? We were moving towards, I think Sylvan and I had decided to go towards making this stop permanently.
Yeah.
Because we had done the ship bought us time. You know, Sylvan's thing slamming the ship in bought us time. So I think we have the charges and that, but we have not run into Miki yet, right?
Correct.
Got it. And there are wraiths, what I assume to be wraiths or people being led by wraiths or whatever around. Yeah.
So like, not all of the combatants are members of Owara, but they have, been, riled up, by members of Owara.
Got it. And we know the schematics of this place, right?
Yes, I believe that is correct. I think
so Sylvan's got schematics.
Downloaded them. Yeah, I think whenever you guys were arriving.
Got it. So Kahidi was trying to scan, looking for somebody that he can be like, is tuned in, right? Like, that dude isn't taking orders. That dude's giving on our side. They're tuned in, right? I think I even have like a feature for that from my background of like being a thug or whatever.
Yeah, and again, being a member of Owara, especially as deep in the organization as you are, I would imagine that like kind of pinpointing one of the individuals, the race that work for Owara, is probably not overly difficult, especially given the situation, because the pretenses have been stripped away at this point.
Got it. And so yeah, Kahidi's basically grabbing Sylvan, who in Kahidi's mind is probably, this is a little out of his realm. Like, he's not normally in spaceship hallway fights. So yeah, he's first focus, grab Sylvan, and then I'm pretty sure I can just yank him up. I think my strength, my size goes up by 1. So I'll just sort of grab him in this armor and just close with intent and purpose towards that person, but not like full speed and threatening.
Okay. I think as you approach, there's probably, I don't know, 4, other, Chumbas who kind of like pull up their arms, like, towards you, before the Wraith kind of, holds up his hand. Whoa, it's okay. He kind of nods to you.
Yes. Oh, yeah, brother. Bio, I need to find the water now, man. I need Miki. Where's your cook?
He kind of looks at you for a second before he kind of nods. You can see he's kind of weighing, deciding maybe whether or not to trust you. He says,
"Tick-tock, brother, 3 minutes."
Yeah. She's on mission, but I can take you to her if you want.
Yeah, so here what I need, yeah. This man, I need any hardcore, breathless, void-born killers. Gotta get him somewhere he control the halls, yeah? Security room, anything. Number 1 priority, get him there. Number 2, get me to her and get me to, what do you need, Sylvan? Where I go? Core? Plant? What's gonna work?
Core, probably.
Core, yeah. Get me to core, yeah. That's what I need. Anybody who move fast, bring them with. Anybody else, leave them.
Okay. He turns and kind of indicates a group of about half a dozen or so that are obviously looking kind of for something to do now that the immediacy of this area has kind of died down a little, and they will kind of fall into escort position for you, Sylvan. One of them indicating that he can take you to command, a centralized computer terminal of some kind.
Perfect.
Okay. Likewise, 4 or 5 others who are standing around ready for their next assignment can peel off with the one that Kahidi was just speaking with, and they will take you, Kahidi, to again another part of the ship.
Okay, so just before we leave, Kahidi will be Sylvan, yeah. And I'll ask Sylvan to jack into the armor, right, to try to pick up, like, I'm assuming the armor has like unique radio signal, like there's ways to I can broadcast signal or whatever, just like communication and stuff. And I just want to work out something unique. I was like, well, shit goes down, man. Get the ship, get people out. Don't worry about us. Look for that signal, yeah. And then basically don't die, and then poof, like off we go. And I'm going at whatever clip I can to keep up with their dash.
Okay.
Because I think right now my top speed, if I dash, is 80. So I think
So
I probably outpace
faster
them.
than them.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Sylvan and Kahiti split with their respective little contingencies.
Smartest thing to do in a fight: split the party to 3.
3 ways. Sure. Party of 4. No problem.
Super easy for the DM too, right? We just need like 6 more people to split off into unique storylines.
It's cool. I got this. Let's do it. All right. So the 2 of you part and head in different directions. It'll take a little bit of time before you're able to get to your respective destinations, and we will come back to that in just a moment. Yeah, planetary alignment. Lunar alignment continues. You can see anywhere where it is displayed. Again, that kind of like rolling holographic display on the tops of walls, kind of near the ceiling in large letters. You can kind of see this countdown clock that is continually rolling. It is probably 2.5 minutes or so at this point. We go back around to Ulysses. It is your turn.
Okay, like Taylor Swift, I shake it off. I wake back up. My arm comes back to full function. But I think it's like when you have been kind of numb, like a numbing sensation for a Forgeborn would be like when you shut off for temporarily and then you wake back up. There's like that numbing sensation that would come back. And there's the one in front of me that thinks he got the better of me. And I think for the first time, I think that you see Ulysses realize that he cannot be a gentleman anymore. He cannot be a respectful detective. He has to be aggressive. And there's this look that he gives to Lucius as you watch him jolt forward to the man in front of him. You watch him go, and using the arm cannon, he extends his fist before the fist even, like, he's not going to punch. You watch as from the stance he releases a punch and the fist itself expels from the hand at rocket speed and clocks the dude full on in the face, but open palm, right? Like an open palm strike. Because what I'd like to do, Jeremy, I know it's stupid. I know it's insane, but hear me out. What I'd like to do, bonus action to release the rocket fist. But then if you'll allow it, I'd like to cast an Astra bolt through the glove after it's released, so it hits him in the face and then shoots the bolt into his face.
Okay. I will allow all of that as part of the normal casting and normal damage that this thing does.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's all part of the flavor. I'm perfectly okay with that.
You see him make that lunge, but I'm a good maybe. I'm not like in stand. He's pretty far away. He's
decently yeah, probably
away
40,
from me, right?
40, 50 feet at this point. Yeah.
I can shoot this thing. Let me see the distance on this arm real quick. I just want to make sure I'm correct. The distance on this arm cannon, the propulsion arm. Okay, yeah, it's like it's 60 feet, but I don't need
the
60 feet.
Yeah, the Astra bolt itself is like 120 feet or something. So
yeah. So
I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem.
He'll lunge forward, release the fist, and then try to have it connect with the face, and then immediately blast him with an Astra bolt.
All right, so
okay,
let's get that attack roll, and you're still. I guess just. So that's a great question.
It only lasts for one turn, right? The paralysis only lasts for one turn.
Yeah. I just don't know if when you're casting a 0 level, it doesn't change your Astra Fade.
No.
No. Does that mean that you do not have to worry about rolling at the table even though you are?
I'm over my limit, but because I didn't cast an additional over my limit, I don't have to roll again. I don't.
So
think
you're casting a spell, but because it's not changing what your fade limit is at.
Exactly.
It doesn't constitute
if it changes my fade limit, that's at least how I read it in the rules. I could be wrong.
You're probably right.
But okay. As long as I'm casting Astra Bolt, if I cast another different spell, then it would go up and I'd have to roll again. But I got a 9 on the die, so that's a 15 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. Shit.
It's going to glance off of his armor.
Okay. Oh well. Oh wait, with the arm it's a +7, so that would be a 16. So sorry. I looked at it. With the arm it's an additional +1. So yeah, it would be a 16 to hit.
That is a hit then.
Okay. So with the Astra Bolt, that's 1d8. The actual physical contact of the arm is 1d8 plus 3. So, would that make that 2d8 plus 3 for damage?
Like I said, yeah, this is just part of the Astra Bolt, right? Because both would technically constitute separate actions.
So 1d8. So 1d8 plus
your modifier.
Charisma
should be, I think,
which is a +3, so it's the same. It's the same.
Okay, so
it's 1d8 plus 3, not 2d8. Okay.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, almost max damage though. Okay, that's a good 10 damage with that Astra Bolt to the face.
All right, so you kind of shoot this hand open palmed out forward, and as it kind of gets close to his face, this Astra Bolt shoots out from the palm and lances straight through like the bottom portion of his helmet, and immediately you can hear like the decompression, the equalization between the atmosphere inside this lab and inside of his suit, and you can see the immediate like burning of the skin and the singeing of the hair on the bottom side of his face, where this Astra Bolt just tore through. Lucius, it is your turn.
Yeah, Lucius would like try to go to use his void slip, but he can't. And then he'd be like, "Oh, well, And then like there's like scrapes on him now. His twitch shield's kind of failing. It fails now. And he's like, new toys. And he's looking for adding those to his collection. So he's got to kill these guys first. And he's gonna try to kind of like slam one guy. He's just gonna hit, but he's gonna like slam one guy into the other guy. But I'm mostly want to focus my damage on the one that's already hurt. No, natural one. Let me see. Do I have POIs? I'm out of POIs. So my first one is a nat one.
Okay, that's a miss.
All right, next one is a 22.
That, however, is a hit.
All right. I'm enhanced. Okay. 4 lightning and 9 physical.
All right. So what does it look like as you take out this goon?
I like go to smack. I actually bring the other guy on top down onto the other guy, and that's does him in. But then the other guy is still standing, and since I can't use any of my bonus actions for any of my cool yellow magic, I'm going to offhand. So I just lose my proficiency on it, right?
I think it's just like, you lose the ability modifier to the damage.
Oh, okay, that's fine. 4 less damage, so then I can still get. All right, cool. I missed though because I got like 12.
Okay, yeah,
like a 16. So.
Yeah, you throw kind of like a wild haymaker as a kind of a backup, but the body of the one that you just took down is in the way and keeps you from getting to the second target. Okay. This is Templar's turn. The one that is that just got the Astra Bolt from Ulysses to the face is still around. So he's going to shoot at you again, Ulysses. Oof. Okay, so he's going to hit you with a 22. You're going to take 8 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw again, please.
Okay,
Chad?
so that's a
okay,
6. That's a 16 on the die. So
okay,
yeah, that'll be well enough.
Yep.
I
All
assume.
right. It is, yes. So, all right. So once again, you shake off the feeling of losing your connection to your Chartreuse Astra. All right. He is going to give up on this. Kind of shouldering, dropping the strap that kind of holds the equalizer, kind of slinging it back around and drawing his combat knife and then closing. Well, I guess he won't be able to close with you. He moves 30, so he's going to be 20 feet away from you. All right. The 2 that are still with Lucius. The one that is currently holding his rifle is going to draw his combat knife and move in. So you're going to have 2 flanking you again with their combat knives. They're going to come a-swanging. Okay, what is your AC currently?
Currently, it's 14.
14. Okay, so that's going to hit you.
I'm going to Twitch Shield to 18, and I get a free boost to keep it for the rest of the turn.
Okay, cool. 18 is what he got, so it'll still go through.
Okay. Roger.
Oof. 8 points of slashing damage.
Cut in half is 4.
Okay. That was his first swing. His second swing is gonna miss with a 16. Second dude, first swing. Oh, don't knock over my drink. Misses with a 16 as well. Ay, ay, ay. And the second dude's second swing is gonna miss terribly. Okay.
I need
So
a
that takes
roll
care-
on the
Oh yes.
table.
Okay.
3 over.
3 over. I think you are at a D8 then, sir. Yes, that is correct.
Ooh, spicy. Trying to catch up to my boy over here. I rolled an 8.
8. Astra surges through your nerves at unparalleled speeds and potencies. You take 2d8 energy damage.
Ooh.
Do you want to roll
We'll
that?
let
Or you
you
want me
roll
to?
that.
Okay.
No, you should roll that.
Alrighty, that is a total of 11 points.
Ooh. Yeah, he's like Frankenstein, like, or like Darth Vader when he's like lifting up the Emperor and the electricity surges through him. You can see what's left of his body, what little bones are left, and like all the different plates and all the different augments that are connected to him and stuff. And his cable sizzles, but he's going to, it's going to expel through his arcalacum cabling, and I'm going to skip the Astra table effects once per day.
Nice. You can do that as like a reaction too.
It just says once per day, skip the Astra table effects.
Oh, perfect. Amazing. Great choice. Yeah, okay. This all like kind of reroutes itself, you know, through this cutting edge technology that you have woven within like the mechanical part of your body, giving it a path of least resistance, to just get it out of your system entirely and prevent the damage that it would have wreaked on your body otherwise.
And it kind of gives him like a high, you know. He's got his fade, and so he's
Perfect. Okay. All right. Elsewhere, Kahiti and Sylvan are continuing to run through these hallways. Kahiti, you hear small arms fire exchanging up ahead. You and your group kind of pick up the pace a little. You were already hustling, but you pick up the pace whenever you hear this, and you round the corner to find a bank of like escape pods, like small shuttles, that are kind of all in a row. You know, these several doors in one wall, and there is a small collection of workers from the space station kind of huddled in the partial walls outside of these doors to the escape pods. There's almost like a little alcove where this door is, and they're kind of crouched, leaning against the wall, using a little bit of cover that they have, shooting at a collection of Templars at the end of that hallway. And amongst this little group that's huddled up against this door to this escape pod as they're trying to work to get this door open, you see a person that you recognize. She's much older than the last time that you saw her. And you can see that even though she manipulates this keyboard, this keypad next to this escape pod door with a familiar deftness, you can see that her age has definitely taken its toll on the rest of her body, as you see Miki the Unseen. It is your turn.
All right, so I will close to Miki. as quick as I can. Basically, as part of the start of my turn or bonus action. So I won't be able to dash at this point, but I will flip my bonus action to switch into Guardian mode and then close. That gives her 3/4 cover.
Okay. As you approach, again, there may even be, a couple of shots from this group that's kind of huddled here as you approach, not having any indication who you are. While one of the man who you spoke with, the wraith that you spoke with, he'll call out, a code phrase that the Awara uses. Miki is very intent on what she's doing, and she barely turns and looks your direction at all. But she does say, "Good, we need reinforcements, yeah."
Hey, Mom, you should probably call Maya on occasion, yeah.
This causes her to stop, and she turns and looks at you. Kahiti, what you doing here?
Seems like both here for the same reason, yeah. We got word that this shit's not good, yeah. Some Astra block off for people. Anyways, I got my boy up and going control room. Yeah, I gotta get the core. You gotta get people off TikTok. We got like two and a half minutes, yeah.
She nods. Yeah, this is the worst I think I ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
it's
you're
gonna get bad, Ma. Anyways, try to get the guy in the room back there, Sylvan. Yeah, he's good. He might be check-in when you go pick him, but you need to get some people pick him up, bring him with you, because he might be the only way to find me after. Yeah. Anyways, love you, Ma. Squig misses you. You gotta call. And then leaving the people behind who were with me, I am straight towards core, listening to Sylvan try to direct as soon as he gets to wherever he's getting.
Okay. Yeah, you turn and head off, and you can see as you kind of turn to leave, several of the individuals that are with Miki and Miki herself. They have explosives that they are carrying with them, and no small amount of them.
Yeah, we had a lot already too, didn't we? I thought we spent like a goddamn ridiculous amount of money on that one.
Yeah. I don't know who has them currently, but you had a bunch of them.
Yeah, 100% was me.
All right.
Because of the carrying everything. Ever since, because I'm just trying to remember back, Sylvan and I left the bay, and then I can't remember how we split initially for Ulysses and Lucius. I think Ulysses had like what all robots have, oh, daddy moment, and ran off towards his creator. And we were like, well, there he goes up the elevator, and back to work kind of a thing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit of a clusterfuck whenever you guys first arrived here. But you reconvened for like a split second, and then divided up again, 2 and 2. Okay, so you are making your way towards Sylvan, you said?
Me? No, I'm going towards the core. But
the core. Okay,
Sylvan went the other direction. They were taking Sylvan to the closest
terminal.
Point.
Yeah, like a security room or behind a security room where he can access like door controls, cameras, and direct traffic. Because Sylvan knows it's about getting people out and getting me down, right? Hopefully the Wonder Twins return. We'll see. At least maybe then he can find out what's going on with them.
Okay. And I believe Ulysses, I think he still has some kind of like telekinesis, not telekinesis, telepathy like ongoing,
yes,
right?
It lasts for 1 hour. So as soon as we got to the ship, I set it up. So we've been able
that should
to
still be going.
not even use the whisper link to talk to each other. It's a telepathic thing that we can do all the way across the ship. Yeah.
Nice. So then you guys are clued in on what we're doing too. for that one. And if it's telepathy, then yeah, it's not even talking. So yeah, I'm just heading down because even if I'm there when it goes off, I think I've got a way to be okay as long as I can get a ride.
Okay. So that is Kahiti Sylvan. You are with your group, and there's a couple of Templars that you run across here and there, like in pairs, in triples, that kind of thing, that are already engaged in other skirmishes, other rioters, and with the added pressure of you and your team, you're easily able to dispatch them in one way or another. So your path is not overly difficult. You're able to reach this security location, but it is in lockdown whenever you arrive. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and break in, I guess, if it's locked down.
All right. So this is probably what, tech? I think is the
Yep.
associated roll. All right, so let's go ahead and get a tech roll from you.
That is 13 plus 3, 16.
All right. So it takes a little bit of doing. You kind of, get started on this panel, and the first couple of, paths or routines or whatever that are kind of like your go-tos, you try, and you meet resistance. You meet a block, and so you have to kind of move on to the next tactic. And it takes a couple, but then you finally find where basically you've caught up with the person on the other end that is trying to, like, actively keep this door locked. And you get into a little bit of like a coding battle, if you will, a little hacker battle.
Yes.
And you, after just like a moment where you're starting to kind of sweat a little bit, you finally like bypass and get ahead of this guy. And you hear that telltale sign of like of this door next to you unlock.
Perfect. Gonna open the door. Any of the people that are still with me, gonna have them be ready to fire in, or if anything, basically the normal tactical thing of opening the door, sweeping the edges, staying out of any straight line of sight kind of thing until we get it fully open.
Okay.
Once we do, if there's nothing in there, we'll enter in and find a terminal. And I also want to block off part of the door so that it can't be closed.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you do your thing at this terminal, this panel beside this door. You hear that kathunk noise, and then you kind of like roll out of the way as these like workers in the Awara kind of force this door, open or activated or whatever to get it to open. There is an exchange of fire from the security guards that are inside the room, but they're not outfitted like these crusaders are. They're not wearing full armor. They have sidearms, so it's a very quick exchange. And before long, they're dragging their bodies out of this small kind of security room, and you're I don't know, welding or something to keep this door from completely closing again, and then moving to essentially the big chair, to sit down in front of this massive bank of hollow projected screens and input devices that are kind of scattered in a semicircle in front of you.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. So as Sylvan kind of cracks his knuckles and gets ready to get down to brass tacks, we cut back to the lab. Ulysses, it is your turn.
So the fist has retracted back to the arm,
Okay. Mhm.
and he's not dead yet, is he? He's not dead
No.
yet.
No, he's
He
not.
fired at me. Okay. Well, now I'm in close range.
Yeah, he's only 20 feet away from
I'm-
you now.
I imagine I'm now in close range. I feel like, you know that scene in iRobot where the robots get aggressive and they like start like basically wanting to just choke out the enemies like that they think are bad. I feel like that's where we're at. He's going away from like, I'm going to use brute force now. I don't need to waste my Astra at this moment. I'm just going to just full on use brute force. And I'm going to take the shock baton that I have, right? I'm going to grab down near my side, pull that shock baton up, and then just crack him in the face with it.
All right. So as you abandon your Asimov protocol and move in to swing full force, go ahead and roll that up. Let's see what we got.
Oh, okay. Well, he's dead. That's a nat 20.
You quit? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll up your damage. You may or may
So-
not survive. We'll have to see.
Well, I might just be a weakling, but I'm pretty sure that as long as my servos are intact, that's a D4 plus 4.
Okay. So you start at 8 damage, and then you're going to
Okay.
roll your d4 and add 4 again.
Okay. So I started 8. I got 7. So that would be total of 15 damage
Okay.
on that shock baton. Smack him.
15 damage. All right. You smack him right upside the broken side of that helmet that he has, shattering some of the reinforced glass that kind of forms the visor of the front of the helmet, and making contact with that already kind of burnt, seared, kind of raw flesh underneath from the Astra bolt before, and it connects, and he like, you can see like his knees almost buckle underneath the sheer amount of pain of that kind of contact on that raw wound, but he is still alive.
And because I'm a Mancer, I don't assume that I get 2 attacks around. So
I don't
Pretty
know that for a
sure.
fact, but if I had to venture a guess, it's
I'm
probably
gonna guess that that's
a
the
nay.
truth. But I shall check.
Let's see.
What routes you go, I think, as a Mancer.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I think I'm just the standard boy. I don't think I'm a fighty boy.
Oh, that's right. There is like a
So,
war
There is
type.
there is like a warcaster kind of Mancer where you can fight.
Aphelon? Aphelion. So you are the other, the Echelon?
The echelon, yeah. I'm an
Echelon.
echelon type.
Okay. So then, yeah, I don't think you do
Yeah.
extra.
Is- Nope.
I don't see that anywhere. Okay.
It's all good. Yep. So just that one attack. I'm upset at myself though that he's not dead. I'm like standing over the body, being like, and I'm standing over the body. I hit him, but I'm not looking at him. I'm looking ahead at Marvel because my goal is get to him.
Yeah, and he is frantically like, moving over and tapping and dragging, again, these virtual, interactive screens in front of him. He's adjusting things and constantly trying to get this thing back in alignment. You can watch again that timer for the lunar alignment is counting down now at probably 2 minutes. You watch it roll down beneath 2 minutes, and you hear him once again as he kind of like looks up at these Forgeborn who are kind of suspended in a circle around him. He says, "I know, my darlings. I know. It's almost over. It's almost all over." Okay. Lucius.
Oh man, he's a man who likes to finish what he started. So I'm gonna keep swinging away, trying to slug these guys down. There's still 2 left next to me.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go with one that's hurt if there is one.
Neither one of them has damage on them at the moment.
That's cocked, sorry. All right, plus that 24.
That'll definitely make contact.
All right. These and these. So 6 lightning and 12 physical.
Okay, 18 points total. Do you want this on the one who dropped his rifle, or the one that technically still has his rifle, or does it matter?
I think Lucius would be hitting the one in melee first.
Okay, they're both technically in melee.
Well, the one who has a melee weapon. Yeah.
Okay,
like,
gotcha. All right.
I guess. Yeah.
That's the one that you've been fighting the longest, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you turn around and you clock this guy. That was your first attack? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a second one, I believe, because you are the Aphelion type, right?
I have I at least have an offhand because I just go melee.
Okay.
Fists, I go unarmed. That's 18 to hit.
That also hits.
Oh, that's lightning. 6 lightning and 11 physical.
Okay. 37 is the magic number, apparently. He is also still alive, but is not looking great. But he is still in this. Okay.
Right.
That was Lucius. All right, Templars. Ulysses, your friend, he drew his weapon last round, his combat knife last round, having given up on his equalizer carbine. He's going to move forward and slash at you twice with this combat knife. Or I guess not move forward, since you're technically in melee with him. Okay. I think a 21 is probably going to hit you.
Oh, yes. 21? No, I'm
21.
so sorry. Please do again.
You take 8 points of slashing damage from the first one.
Owie.
On the second one, he rolled a 1, so he missed the second one. So he, after recoiling from the strike against his neck from your baton, he lashes out with like a jab from his combat knife and drives it pretty deep into your abdomen, and then falls back and tries like a swipe, but it's half-hearted and lazy. Doesn't come anywhere near you on the second one. Lucius, likewise with their combat knives, trying their best to stay on either side of you. They're going to continue to try to flank you. The first one misses with his first attack. Second is 21, probably going to hit you. Okay. Slashing damage to the point of 3, so you'll take 1 from that. The second one What is your armor class currently? Uh-oh. Did we lose Lucius? Oh, there he is.
Oh, it's currently 14.
14. Okay, so that one's going to hit you for 5 points.
I'm going to twitch shield to 18.
Okay, so that'll turn that into a miss then. So far, you've taken the 1 point from the first guy, and then the second guy's second swing.
So it's 1 point of damage. Is that what you said?
Yeah, from the first.
From the first guy. Oh, okay.
The second guy 17. That's a miss, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he misses. It glances off of some of the armor that you have integrated into your body. Twitch shield. What does that put you at over your Astra?
I am 4 over.
Okay, so a D8 again.
A 1.
1. You phase out of the visible spectrum. You are invisible until the start of your next turn.
Sexy. Which is like right now, anyways.
Okay. So this guy stabs, and it kind of goes through your bicep. And as he's pulling it out, there's actually an arc of like residual Astra from Ulysses' like lightning that kind of like creeps up one of the Forgeborn in the center of the room. And as it's kind of moving its way up that Forgeborn and the cables going up to the central aperture in the middle of the room, it arcs all of a sudden into the bottom of this combat knife that this Templar is holding and courses through you. And Ulysses, you watch as Lucius disappears. Okay. Marvel. Okay. Marvel works some magic, and anybody who can see the ticker tape of the time for lunar alignment, you watch the timer go from a minute 50 down to 30 seconds. Marvel says, yes, my darlings, we're so close now. It's almost all over, I promise. Then you can rest and this will all be done. Kahiti, you're trucking all on your own now. Just moving through hallways, corridors, and bays of this chaos, this mayhem that has broken out all over this space station. You're following the signage and instinct kind of in equal measure. Having grown up on these kinds of installations, you may not know exactly where this core location is, but with the signage, the fact that you have looked at the schematics, and again, just knowing how these places are laid out usually, it's not going to take you long to get there. You round the last corridor, and you see a group of Templars standing guard outside of a set of like effectively double doors that looks like is the core, the room where you're looking to get to. The two of them, the four of them, look up and kind of see that you are rounding the corner of this corridor, and they begin to rack their chambers on their equalizer carbines and get ready for you. Is there anything that you would like to do?
Well, yeah, I'll obviously switch now that I've seen them, bonus action to switch back to assault mode, which gives me the extra attack instead of the resistances. Yeah, I think, how far away?
They're probably 60.
60? Okay, cool. So I won't be able to close fully. So instead, what I will do is I'm going to back that off. I am going to. It's a bonus action, right? We have 30
Maybe.
seconds, and it's so 1 second. Bonus action. Sweet, yeah. Kahiti sees those guys, right? And did any of us buy grenades? I don't think we did, right?
I don't think so, but you have a bunch of like like C4 type, explosives on you.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that's probably not set up for like anti-personnel. Okay, yeah, I'm going to flip to assault mode. With the explosives basically strapped to me still, take the axe out and close that distance. I don't think I can get to him though. I think my speed's only 50 the first turn.
Okay. So you move up to within, 10 feet of the nearest of them.
I can. My axe though is so I can wield a two-handed weapon as if it's one. I have a two-handed axe, and because it's bound, I believe it's because it's bound to me. I can throw it and it returns to my hand. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I should be able to do it as a thrown.
Yep. That's within 2060, so that's without disadvantage even.
Sweet. So yeah, I guess I will start to see if I can mow through these guys. Well, I don't think it comes back instantly, right? It's like at the end of the turn, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a bonus or it might be at the end
It
of the
says
turn.
you forge an unbreakable link with a favored weapon, touch a weapon, blah blah blah, becomes bonded, 1 attack damage. In addition, as a bonus action, you can summon it back to your hand. So I could only do that as bonus action. I've already used my bonus action. So let's flip that up just a bit, and we'll not use my favorite weapon in the world, and we'll just use the shotgun I have instead.
Okay.
So I can only use 2 of my 3 attacks with it, though.
All right. So you run up on them with this shotgun drawn.
Yep.
They seem ready.
I don't. So let me see. I got to figure out what I add to my shotgun. It's Dex, right?
Probably.
So that's gonna be.
I think most of the firearms are all dexterity.
Yeah. So that's a 14 to hit on the first attack.
Does it hit just one of them? Oh, it says spread. What is?
Yeah, it's spread. It's got spread rules. Second attack's definitely gonna miss. Second shot's like a dud almost. Is a 6.
Okay.
So it's a 15-30 range. Spread a 15-foot cone. Save is 8 plus dex plus proficiency. So in this case, 8, 10, and then what's my proficiency? So 13. They have a save of 13.
Okay, so is the spread in addition to the shot, or is it?
I guess I don't know if you roll attack
mode?
on it. Yeah, I guess it just says spread 15-foot cone. So each shot is a 15-foot.
Oh, there it is.
I guess it's actually not like an attack roll in this game because
so
it says it's a saving throw, like a dex save.
Yeah. It says it can make a normal attack targeting a single creature, or alternatively, you can fire it in a devastating spread in a 15-foot cone.
Oh yeah, I'd be doing the spreads both times.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But the second one was like the attack roll on the second one was like a 6, so that spread's hitting the ground.
Okay, so we'll have them make a saving throw against the first one. It is a dex equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus
it's a
your
13.
dex modifier.
For them it's going to be a 13. Saving throw 13.
Okay.
Do you roll an attack at all?
I don't know.
I don't think you do. I think that's just a save. So I think both your attacks will go off. So they all have to make 2 saves.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's see. There's 4 of them. You were 10 feet away. So that should be able to get 2 of them. 10 foot and then another. Yeah, I think 2 of them should be able to be caught in that. The first guy is hunky-dory. The second one, however, is not. Do they take half on a success?
It doesn't say.
No, it's all or nothing.
Yep.
Okay. And then second shot, the first guy passed again, and the second guy failed abysmally again. Okay. So the first dude is okay. Maybe the guy I was rolling for was in the back. I don't know. But the other guy failed both of the other ones.
Right. So the first damage should be 1d10 plus ambusher 2d6. So that's 14 plus whatever you add to. You don't add anything, right, for damage on dex weapons? So,
yeah, you do. You add your dex modifier.
Oh, so 16 on the
16
first.
Total? Okay.
Yeah, for the first one, and then so 15 for the second one. So
Okay, so
32 damage with the shotgun. It's dead now, like it's unloaded. I'm not going to reload it. So,
okay,
it's just object interaction to swap, right? So now I've shot on my closing, switched to the axe, and basically I hope they realize what's about to roll through.
Okay. Yeah, this guy takes all of this shot. It riddles his armor with kind of peppered holes all over. He's bleeding and is certainly not in a great mood anymore. But he is still alive. Okay, that was Kahiti. Sylvan, you're at this terminal. You watched this counter slip suddenly from just under 2 minutes down to 30 seconds.
Yep. All right. I'm going to look for anything that I can jack into to drastically change the orientation of the station. Turn off gravity, whatever I can do to just blow us away or get us moved, either thrusters or opening airlocks and, voiding whole sections to the abyss.
Okay. Yeah, you find one path that you think is probably going to be the quickest solution, at least. It may not be the easiest, but it's probably going to be the quickest. And that is to literally uncouple an entire sector of the space station.
Perfect.
All right, so let's get that hack and roll.
We're going to say it's tech again?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Okay. 17 plus 3. 20 modified.
Okay. So all of you feel and hear this tremendous shudder in the space station. This entire thing kind of has this kind of settling rumble. And if any of you are anywhere near external windows or ports, you can see basically the external ring around this space station has broken free and is already starting to kind of pull moonside, falling away, kind of leaving this almost carrot-shaped central pillar of this space station in orbit. All right. You watched that. What was your total again, Sylvan? 20
modified.
Okay, dirty 20. All right, so you watch as the counter jumps back up to 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Cool.
All right. In the laboratory, Dr. Marville is shouting, "No! No, 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 no! We have to bring the station back into alignment. They're going to be abandoned. Every single one of them will die." He frantically continues his work. Ulysses, you're up.
Well, I was going to do a thing, but then that thing happened. Another thing happened that now doesn't make my thing nearly as cool or as thematic, so I won't do that thing anymore.
There is one other piece of description that I needed to give you.
Okay.
The aperture in the center of the ceiling has started to open, and when the iris around this has kind of like opened in diameter, you can see these like motes of like chartreuse astra kind of spiraling downwards in kind of a cylinder towards the center of the dais.
Interesting. So
Blow that shit up.
I'm interested, right? Because he says they'll all die, right? Like they're all dying. Like
that's what he said.
Are you like 4? Are you 4 Forgeborn, or are you not 4? I'm so confused in that moment, but I know what my mission is, I know what my mission is now. I've got to stop this. I know, and I feel like I'm just emotionally conflicted because I don't think that like I thought this was going to ever happen. But no, you know what? I'm going to stick to my plan, even though we're not in that 30-second mark anymore. Still sticking to the plan, guys. So it's stupid. And Jeremy, you can tell me if dude, you're barking up the wrong tree.
I ain't gonna tell you shit.
Listen, what I would like to do, I've already done before at another game. It's just a matter of whether or not you allow me to do the thing. Okay? Because I want to adjust it just a smidgen. I want to take the guy who is still alive. Okay? I want to take the guy in my hands. And then what I want to do is I want to void slip. But I want to void slip to the point where I have him and then I fling him forward into the electronics, like going forward, void slip, unvoid slip, fling him forward into all that nonsense, hopefully disrupting whatever the hell is happening with the aperture opening up. I want to void slip forward to the electronics and fling the body of the dude at Marvell, basically. Just fling him into that space. I don't care.
So
the Astra could fuck everything up. I don't care at this point. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants and hoping that I disrupt stuff.
Okay, so let's check something real quick with Void Slip. Okay, so Void Slip is a bonus
if
action,
I boost
so that's good.
Yep.
You envelop yourself.
But you can boost it to take someone.
Did you get your connection back?
Hmm?
Did you get your connection back?
His has not been severed. He's managed
Mine
to...
has not been severed.
Yeah, he's managed to pass the
fight it off
throw.
every time.
Okay, so it does not say anything in the boosts about taking another creature with you.
If you... I remember you allowed it when I was trying to take the kids.
Yes,
so that's why I wanted to...
the other part is the malleable magic breakout box. They say, there are other boosts that you can feel free to create and blah, 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 blah. So I will allow you to do it, especially because it has been already established. So Void Slip is normally a 2, so this would be a 3.
A 3 to jump up
20 feet away. Okay, you would probably have to boost it again to get the additional 20 feet in order to make it to Marville, I would say.
Well, I don't want to make it to Marville. I want to throw the guy.
Right, but you're not going to be able to throw him more than
throw him 20 feet.
10,
okay,
20
yeah.
feet,
True. Okay, I'll boost it again. That's fine. I can boost it again.
So that'll be a 4-pointer.
That's a 4-pointer. I'm okay with it. That now puts good Lord in heaven. That puts me 10 over. Easy 10 over. My limit is 4.
Over.
I'm 10 over now. Because I'm at 14.
Playing with the big boys. Playing with the big boys now. Alright, roll me a d20.
D20 time. That is 9.
9. You and each creature within 30 feet of you must make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. The creature takes 4d8 energy damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. Okay. So he's going to need to make that. Marville's going to need to make that. 30 feet. Oh, every single one of the Forgeborn is going to have to make that too. All right, so here's the dude.
Okay, I'm going to use...
Dude failed.
Can I use the Aarakocram cabling as a reaction? Because that's a reaction. It's not a bonus action.
It doesn't use an action at all.
To vent the Astra.
I think it's... Yeah.
It's just once per rest.
To avoid it entirely, right?
Yeah, to avoid it entirely. Yep. I haven't used it yet. I haven't used it yet. That would kill all of us pretty much. I don't want to do that just yet.
Fair enough. All right. So yes. So you likewise are able to vent this extreme power surge out and away from you, and luckily also out from everyone else. You watch as this jumps into the cables, and the cables themselves like pulse, and like you can watch this pulsing wave of energy kind of like ripple upwards up and into this aperture. This aperture like slams open to what you're guessing is its full circumference, which is probably around 5 to 6 feet across in diameter. And as this kind of slams open, these chartreuse motes of light kind of begin to swirl and dance faster. You teleport with your void slip from one side of the room to closer to Marville. You slam this guy into Marville. Both he and Marville fly backwards and into this beam of motes of light. And you watch as the visible forms of them spaghettify up and down into this aperture and disappear.
Yeah, I think there's this moment where he just yells, "Marville, you have to stop!" And he flings the dude and then watches in horror as they just spaghettify into Astra in that moment. The Forgeborn are all still dangling there. Are they?
Yes.
Do I know if Marville is dead? Is the guy like?
It's kind of hard to tell. He's not here.
I'm standing. Am I in the beam?
No.
No, I'm on. No, not after you say spaghettify.
It's up to you. I mean, you got movement left, I think.
I feel like he's in this state now where the Astra is just flowing through him, so rage-inducing that I don't think he knows I don't even think he knows what he's doing right now. I think he looks over to Lucius. Is Lucius still fighting with the other guys in front of him? Yep. Yep. Okay.
I mean, yeah. As far as I know,
I went
yes.
invisible.
But
Oh,
you're
that's right.
invisible.
Yeah, you don't see
That's
him.
right. I don't see him. I don't see Lucius. I now just watched Marvell and this guy just get evaporated in front of me. So I think I'm just standing on I think I'm gonna stand on the platform and I'm gonna look at these Forgeborn and I'm just gonna touch one of the Forgeborn. And I'm gonna like, how much time is left?
It's probably down to minute 10.
Okay. I'm so sorry for what they've done to you.
They are entirely unresponsive, and
oh yeah, I was gonna say, if I look at their actual
cold
faces, are they awake? Are they working, or does it look like just shells?
their eyes are rolled up into the back of their head, and
okay. So they're on, but no one's home. Pretty much.
Yeah, they're kind of comatose.
Okay.
Their faces are kind of like drawn up in like contorted like agony. But it's also, I mean, they're pretty emaciated, so their faces are kind of drawn and gaunt anyways.
Okay. What I'd like to do as an action then, Jeremy, since I void slipped and that was my bonus action. Is there on this console, is there any way to oh no, I threw the guy. So never mind, that would be my action.
Yeah, throwing him was your
never
action.
mind. Void slip, throw that. There you go. So yeah, as I'm standing on there, I'm gonna look for a way to try to turn this thing off.
Okay.
If I can find something, I'll try to turn this thing off in my next turn.
Alrighty. Meanwhile, Lucius, you saw all of this transpire, but no one sees you at the moment, and you can tell that you are invisible. Is it the start of your next turn, or the end of your next turn? Let's see.
I think it says start.
You rolled on the second table? Yeah, you got a
table,
1. Yeah. Till the start of your next turn. Okay. So as you're looking down and you can see that your form is starting to reapparate or become revisible again. I don't know if that's a word. Whatever. You are apt to act. And
so I missed some of that because of my connection. There was like a beam that came out and like fried some people.
Yeah, so that aperture at the top of the dais had opened a little, and a little bit of like a small cylinder, a small cylinder beam of like chartreuse motes had kind of been swirling. And then when Ulysses just took his action, that aperture opened about 5 or 6 feet in diameter, and those motes began to swirl faster. And Ulysses void slipped onto the dais and threw the Templar that he was kind of scrapping with into Marvell, and he and the doctor both went into that beam, that cylinder, and both of them spaghettified and disappeared into the aperture.
Yummy. And then there's still 2 guys left that were in my proximity, right? Okay.
Yes. They're still on either side of you.
I'm gonna try to like get the jump back on them since they're probably like, where'd he go? And then as I come back, I'm gonna come at the one. I think there was one that was already pretty beat up that I started on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to finish what I started there.
Okay.
And
you can have advantage on this since you were initially invisible.
All right. That's not bad right there. I got a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Still enhanced, so 9 physical and 6 electric for lightning. Lightning for that attack.
Sorry, what was it total?
12. I think it was 12 physical and 6 lightning.
Okay, so 18. Okay. What does it look like as you take him out?
Oh, as I just start to reappear, one of my fists comes down first, kind of like how mine is kind of phasing in and out with my screen, and then it comes down on him, and then basically and just takes him out, and then I'm gonna try and uppercut the other guy.
Okay, yeah.
Before my fist, comes back. Would that one have advantage too?
Yeah, that's fine.
The first one was better on that one, still too. 16.
That is what you need.
All right.
He is, as of yet, undamaged.
Okay. 15 physical and 5 lightning.
Okay. All right, he reels back on his heels, but he is still in this fight.
I'll stand my ground. I have a flight speed, so I think I can fly up 5 feet and maintain adjacent to still be in without not prompting an attack of opportunity.
Okay. So yeah, you're 5 feet off the ground now. He seeing you, take down his friend and then take to the sky, he is going to switch because he is still armed with his rifle, his equalizer carbine. So he's going to switch back to that and take a shot at you with that.
Does he have disadvantage for being in melee still?
He would. I think that's still a thing in Harbinger. Okay. What is your AC currently?
Currently 14.
Okay, so he's going to hit unless...
I'm going to twitch shield to 18.
Okay, so that will turn it into a miss. But you'll need to roll...
Yeah. 5 over.
5 over a D10, please.
Ooh. 12, 10. 7.
Astra sizzles out of control, corroding matter. One weapon, the GM's choice, gains 1 damage condition.
Ooh. One of my weapons?
Yeah,
I got a whole collection.
I don't know exactly. I haven't messed with the weapon conditions really with Harbinger. It's not something that I typically do in
It'll go
but
to warn.
Okay. This is
regular
like a -1 or whatever.
Something like that until it
We'll look it
breaks.
up in a minute. Yeah.
I got a light pistol, a light repeater, a short scatter gun, TikTok the Croc's rifle, and Captain Zim's light repeater.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with
above table. If this was your intent for collecting fucking weapons, is like if I get on the Astra table and get there, you are a damn genius. That's awesome.
It's one reason to collect.
All right. So I'm gonna say it's the TikTok's rifle.
All right.
All right. So we'll look that up in just a minute. Okay. Templars. All right. The Templars that are with Kahiti in your hallway. One of them is injured, and you are all but in his face at the moment. He is going to draw his combat knife and is going to come up and try to slash at you twice with it.
Okay.
What is your AC?
21.
Okay. First one actually absolutely misses, rather. Okay. He critted on the second attack.
Nice.
So, slashing. Slashing to the tune of 13 points of damage.
Okay, so that's slashing damage, so it's halved, right?
Okay. So yeah, you'll take 6 then.
Got it. So knock that down.
All right. While he strikes at you with his combat knife, fighting for his life, the other 3 are going to attempt to shoot you with their equalizers. Do a 19. First one got close. Second one was a dirty 20. The third one. Okay, he literally went 19, 20, 21. So.
Yeah, last one got me.
Yeah.
Yep.
This will be. It's just piercing damage, so full is going to be 10. So that'll have to 5.
Okay.
But you do need to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma, huh?
Charisma.
Well, I like me. Let's see if everybody else does. That is a nat 20, but it's a saving throw, so it doesn't matter. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's a 20 on the die.
You're good though. Okay.
Where was that for the next attack?
Is your strongest Astra magenta? Is it Trevor?
Yeah, whatever damage would be, I think.
Yeah,
I haven't
think that's
used
what it
much.
is.
Yeah.
So even though it may not be something that you call upon as often, I imagine there is some kind of feeling of connection or presence of the power, what have you, in your body, your soul, your mind, whatever. And you feel that stretched thin, almost like it's going to sever, like it's going to break, but it does not. You manage to maintain it.
Can I tell who did that? Like, is it from
the
the
third
hit, so I know that? Okay.
Yeah, the third guy that actually
just
made contact with his rifle, you watched as the Astra formed like through this, again, like what you might have thought was a scope on his gun at first, but you realize it's actually the optic system, like an eyeball with like strands of a Forgeborn that this Astra like passes through, and when it comes out the other side, it's this pure magenta bolt, and when it struck you, that's when you got that feeling.
Cool. I just wanted to like make sure I can clock and stare that one down for a minute.
Sure. Okay. I just realized we are 5 after the hour, so I think we're going to go ahead and take our break here, and then we will come back. I'm going to make a note where we are in the initiative order. So we're going to take a 10-minute. We're going to come back and we're going to finish the second half of what we have for the finale of the Trickle Down. So sit tight. We'll be right back.
Almost done with the first half of the first half. showing leg. Don't want to do that.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of the finale of the Trickle Down. This is session 9 of this trilogy campaign, this trilogy of trilogies. And yeah, I think the end is nigh. So, where are we? We're in a space station, owned and operated by Wyrm Hole Industries, in orbit above the moon of Cybele. The ring, the outer portion of this space station has just been jettisoned by Sylvan, causing the remainder of this station to kind of come off kilter and delaying the lunar alignment further. There's been a little bit of a back and forth as far as the lunar alignment goes with the station. However, Dr. Marville was just spaghettified into this beam of Astra on the dais, where he has been frantically working to align the space station with the moon below. Along with him, one of the Crusaders was also spaghettified, leaving only a single Crusader left in the lab where Lucius and Ulysses are currently standing. Elsewhere, just outside of the core of the space station, Kahiti has just engaged with 4 additional Crusaders who are standing outside, these Templars. One of which has been already damaged pretty decently, but the battle continues all the same. So, we hop right back into initiative order with Kahiti being your turn.
Awesome. So I've got damaged fella in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and take first attack on him. And so let me get back to where I'm at because I'm on the axe now. So 22 to hit
Definitely.
on him. And just in case I need a quick rules interpretation. So it says when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can use your so you can only do it once because it's a reaction. Never mind. Answered myself. Just had to learn to read. So here we go. I'm not going to use mark on him because I don't think he's going to last too much longer on this. Instead,
it's a fair assessment.
I will. Yeah. How messed up is he looking? By the way, is he like pretty jacked up?
Yeah. He's what would be considered bloodied, so he's under 50% of his total health. So, not great.
You know, it's not fun to not roll on the Astrofade table, so I'll go ahead and use Might of Ravik there and boost that again to add the other 2d8 to this attack.
Okay.
So thanks to the suit, this is 2d10 plus 2d8 plus 5.
Good God.
But it's not great. I mean, he really lucked out. So that's only 5, 7, 9, 14. So only 14. So literally, like, I think I just swung for the fences and missed.
All right, 14 points. Okay. What did that put you over your limit, or are you still under?
I'm now 1 over my limit, but I have multiple attacks. Do you do it every time? Because I can use Astra to boost each attack.
I think every time your fade limit changes, you roll.
Yeah.
If you choose to amp it up, then yes, you would.
Right.
You would roll
yes, this is awesome. I'm gonna be climbing it.
All right. So if you're 1 point over, you'll need to roll a d6.
Sweet. That's a 5.
Astra brings you to the floor. You are knocked prone.
Oh, okay. I can use half my movement to get up if I need to. I haven't moved yet.
Yep. You didn't move at all.
Is he alive still?
What did you total? No. So you go down to the ground like with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You get up. He doesn't.
Nice. I want to lock eyes on the dipshit who shot me with the Astra thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Is he within? So I'm at half. So is he within 20 feet of me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Then just straight charge to close that distance, and he's gonna
Okay.
take at least the second attack. We'll see what happens. How it goes. So that's 11 plus 8, so that's 19 to hit.
Yes, that'll hit.
Awesome. Just for giggles, I'm gonna go ahead and use my reaction because he shot me with that thing to mark him. So my next
Okay.
attack roll for my third attack will have advantage, and he can't dodge, disengage, or hide
Okay.
on that. So yeah, so that's just my first attack on him. So that's a D10 and a D10. So 2D10, and then when he makes me mad, I'm gonna go ahead and do one more Astra on that. So I'll roll again on that table, which will give me another 2D8. That's better. So that's 10, 18 plus 5. So 23 damage.
Okay. 23 damage. He was fresh, so he's okay. Or no,
he's still
not
fine.
okay,
That's good.
but he's all right.
But now
you
attack.
two.
Oh, I
did,
gotta roll my. Yep, I'm over by 2, so it's a
okay.
D6.
So then it's still a D6. Yep.
Yep. That's a 2.
The
I
Astra
regain 4 hit points.
stitches
I
your
regain
wounds.
one
Yes, you get a
D4.
D4 hit points
See
back.
what that is. It's only 1, but you know what? I'll take it because now I'm back up to 60. And now attack number 3. Thank you, crazy powered suit.
Yeah, the dragon armor is nasty.
Is now at advantage.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that's only going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
It's good enough. That hits.
And yeah, you know what? Same verse or next verse.
Do it again.
First, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Same
one
dude,
Astra
right?
for an extra 2d8. Like you can't really top it. Like, oh crap, I forgot. I could also. Once per turn, when the weapon deals damage. I forgot. Oh, yeah, I'm totally going to go ahead and boost this one by an extra d6 just because I can
why
do
not?
that.
Win in
Yeah,
Rome.
so I'm already going to jump up next table anyway, so let's have some fun with it.
Sure.
Okay, so
This is the same dude you just hit, right?
Yeah, so
Okay,
16, 22, 24 plus 5, so 29 damage on that one. And now I'm rolling a d8 on the Astra Fate table. That's a 3. Oh, grants me energy from me within the next attack with which I heal does 1 additional damage die. Or with what I hit does an additional damage.
God.
So, yeah.
You're a monster. Okay.
I was born for this.
Yeah, that guy you can describe as well how he also is not going to get up.
Oh yeah, no, this one is straight up. I'm holding part of him as I hack through him to the ground and looking now up at the other 2 because like I'm getting through the door. That's my mission. They can
Yeah.
be there or not.
Yeah, do me a favor, roll and intimidate at advantage.
Okay. I don't know what I add to that. I gotta look. But let's see anyways. Ooh, I got a nat 20. So
Okay. Yeah, you're still like holding a third of this guy in your hand with the last like cleave of your axe, and you kind of like turn and look at them. The other 2 drop their rifles, their equalizer carbines, and they turn and run down the hallway.
Yep. So I'm just gonna see if Sylvan can open the door. Like, Sylvan, is it locked?
Definitely is locked. Sylvan, it is your turn.
You said it is or is not locked?
It is.
Okay. I'm going to try and unlock it for him then.
All right. Let's get another one of them tech rolls.
Nat 20.
Oh my god. So Kahidi, you like reach up to like Whisperlink Sylvan. You're like, oh, it's locked. Could you possibly help me get through this? And like Sylvan, you're literally like hitting the last keystroke. Way ahead of like where he is. And Kahidi, you hear this, and the doors kind of begin to slide open, so that you can now enter the core of this place. All right, he stepped away. We'll come back to the description of what he sees in just a moment. Sylvan, while you were doing that, getting that door unlocked, you noticed that the other entity that was attempting to try to interfere with you changing the alignment of the station has now stopped its fight against you. So you have less resistance in this system now.
Okay.
What else would you like to do other than unlocking the store for Kahiti?
Okay, so I know that he's there. Are we still around a minute left?
Yes, as of now.
Okay. I'm going to see if there's anything else I can do to reverse the rotation if that didn't already get put in place during the last go. And if I have any way of knowing what's going on with the boys, then if there's anything that I can do to
Ulysses would be telepathically sending you the update. Well, interesting.
So do I need to try and get the aperture closed?
An aperture opened up, and I don't know. Honest to God, I don't know if I murdered him or not. But they sort of evaporated into the aperture.
Oh,
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
that sounds like it's bad.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. Cool. So as I'm scanning through things, I'm seeing what's the aperture connected to. Does it make sense to try and cut the connection or to close the aperture? And whichever one makes the most sense, I'll try and do that.
Okay.
And
Roll an Astra check.
okay. So that's just a normal D20 and then
Intelligence? Question mark?
Okay. Yep. 17.
17. Okay, excellent. Double checked. That's what it is. I'm pretty sure. Astra. It is intelligence. Okay, cool. Okay, so you're kind of very quickly, one-handed. You're ahead of Kahiti, getting this door unlocked, but that's child's play. You're also with this other hand, activating these metrics, trying to interpret kind of what you're seeing from this aperture and what scanners are telling you as far as moonside goes. And you can tell that the alignment is not connected. So, there's all kinds of like warnings and, things of that nature. And you get the sensation that, like, you're checking, you saw 2 signatures pass through this aperture, and you're still getting a read moonside now, but you're only getting 1 signature. Now, whether you want to sever the connection by closing the aperture or do something else is entirely up to you.
Can I? Is there a way that I can send a corrupted signal through the aperture? Like corrupted Astra of some sort?
To what end? To what goal?
Well, I saw the two signatures go through, and I'm still getting a read on one on the moon. So part of my thought is just blow the connection, but try and send bad juju the other way.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. To use the connection to harm, damage something, the
Yep.
entity on the other end, and then close
Yep.
it. Okay.
Yep.
Absolutely, you can attempt that. Okay. So, God, would this be a tech or an Astra?
Whichever one it is, I'm going to boost my Astra Fade by the max.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's put it in squarely in your wheelhouse. Let's do it as a tech.
Okay. And how much can I boost? I can boost.
I think you can do each boost once, so there's 3 boosts per spell.
Okay.
What spell are you using? Or is it an ability?
It's an ability. It's
Okay. Some of them
One of
have
mine.
boosts, maybe.
I don't know.
It should list. It should list them.
I have boosts on my my gauntlet,
Yeah.
my arc tool,
You know what?
right?
What you're just gonna boost like to up the damage, or what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What ability are you using?
Man, I don't know.
The one that lets me do computer shit.
Yeah.
Fair. Let's see if we've got something that we can pick here. What kind of mechanist are you?
I am Splicer.
Slicer. Let's check this shit out. Okay. Okay. All right. Check this shit out.
Okay.
I'm going to let you send one of your spheroids through the aperture, essentially.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. And so you can choose of the 4 spheroid types or whatever that are on 31 here. You can choose which of those you're going to send through, and then we can talk about boosts.
Okay. Let's see. 31. Spheroids.
A bomb one? Strike. Looks like it could do damage. Yeah.
That would do an inverse of strike, or do an inverse of sustain.
Okay.
Something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Okay. So, yeah, you can like basically just wire it inverse,
Backwards.
Yeah, backwards. I mean, hey, we're slinging bullshit here. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, talk to me about how you rig up this spheroid to send this effectively this like hacked Astra bomb through this aperture to go moonside. What does that look like?
So I think as I'm hacking into the terminal and I'm locked in with the arc tool, I'm at the aperture kind of visually, right? And the spheroid starts composing itself in the aperture itself, coming together, and starts changing colors, and starts out with the initial like yellow or green, and then just goes black, but like a UV purpley black, right? Where it's like black but glowing. And then shoots into the aperture.
Excellent. It spaghettifies in the same function, the same way that Ulysses and Lucius saw happen to Marvel in this Templar, and it vanishes. And I like to think that, at least to some degree, that Sylvan can kind of see through his spheroids. He can kind of there's a camera on most of them or something to that effect. You watch as, the feed that you're getting back from this is all like scrambled and jumbled at first. And then suddenly everything is like planet side. There's a horizon line, and the ground is kind of a mixture of reds and oranges. The sky has kind of a hazy kind of yellow color to it. And as this spheroid kind of settles moonside and it rotates around to find its target, you see this horrific amalgamation of Dr. Marvel and the Templar melded into one being. Like something out of Carpenter's The Thing. This
Yes.
There's multiple limbs, there's both of their heads all kind of in parts and mashed together. The spheroid finds its target, zooms to it, and I'll let you describe what happens.
Oh man. So I think, okay, you're gonna have to tell me what damage it actually does, but it streaks over, almost blinking out of existence and showing up right in front of them and then swirling up above their head. And as it does that, purpley black, almost like lightning electrical arcs start going off and hitting all the different components and lenses and everything else like that, so that they're just lit up and frying.
All right, so let's see what this is going to be mechanically. If they have one or more hit points, took damage since the end of their last turn, they regain HP equal to your intelligence modifier. Okay, what is your intelligence modifier?
3.
3. Okay.
And
Roll
if
me.
I can boost something, then I'm boosting whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so. All right, so you can boost it 3 times?
Yep.
All right. We're going to go up to 9. Now roll me a d4. Roll me a d6.
Okay. 2.
2. All right. So this is going to do 18 points of damage to them. However, Homeboy was already pretty hurt, and Marville is not exactly strong, especially after what they just went through. So this is going to be more than enough to liquefy them.
Yeah.
So you watch as like the two forms, like your spheroid, like the whatever the hell this aperture does, it amplifies the effect of your spheroid and starts to, like, these bolts that are shooting out from it like latch on to these various parts of the two separate entities as one, and begins to like peel them apart from one another forcibly. And everywhere that they come apart, there's a strange like webbing of like Astra in between them, this chartreuse energy that's kind of almost like a netting between them. And those synapses, if you will, like snap and fall apart as the pieces of this creature fall to the surface of this moon and become formless puddles.
Nice.
Okay. That was Sylvan. Back to Ulysses.
Sylvan, what did you just do?
Not really sure.
Neither am
I
Did we get to see that through the telepathic link?
You know what?
let's assume yes, because
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna assume
Sure.
so.
Yeah, that's awesome. I just dawned on me. Sorry about that to interrupt.
I
No,
would
not at all.
imagine so. Yeah, because if I could see it, you could see it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think I just ripped somebody in half, and it's like that's gross, dude.
like, like
We found
I'm pretty
Kahiti's
sure
line.
I just murked a guy, but man, you ripped some dudes in half, like disgusting. Um, yeah. So I think that Ulysses is now on what do I do? Because if Marvel is done, okay, awesome, great. One thing is out of the way. What's the next step? Because I don't think I thought about this far about how, like, what do we do once Marvel's gone? Am I trying to get the Forgeborn out? I know we're gonna blow the place up. And we know that.
Right. So
But I don't remember what the rest of the task was.
Sylvan, yeah, you can we like I guess how we stop them from just killing everybody now? Yeah, I felt like he was in charge, yeah. How
I think he was in charge here, but he wasn't the man behind the curtain. That's still the corporation.
no. Can you just do the like I mean, I hope by God the people now learn that be off the ship, but just abandon ship this motherfucker, give us time, see if we can't secure shit, go get yeah, get Miki, get transportation. Yeah, I set up the
Yeah.
charges and we go.
Yeah, I can send a broadcast across the whole thing.
But don't probably do that to Miki. Yeah, you don't want her to stab you when she find
Yeah.
you.
I think that Ulysses will probably. These Forgeborn look like they're in agony, right? These Forgeborn
Yes,
look like they've
like-
been in significant.
Like frozen in agony. Yeah.
Yeah.
This aperture being open seems to have increased that.
Is it still open right now?
Yes, as of now.
Okay. No. Sylvan, if you can, please close the aperture. I'm going to try to and I'm going to try and figure out how I can disconnect these Forgeborn from the housing.
Sounds good. Let me see what I can do.
Okay.
And then, while he's
Ulysses,
working on trying to close,
there is
the
still
aperture, I'm gonna
one
try to-
Templar one Templar in the room with you and Lucius, by the way.
Oh, well,
Gotta give
Yeah.
the Lucius.
oh, I will. I'm gonna. Oh, God, I want Lucius to get that final kill. I look at Lucius and be like, "There's this moment where I don't think that they've ever shared a common bond in their entire lives." But there's this moment where he looks over at you, Lucius, and is like, "I don't want to take that kill from you. You go ahead and take it. Like, we've come this far. I can't rob you of that. I know you can handle it." So he's gonna focus on trying to get these Forgeborn down from their apertures. He's not gonna even
Okay.
care that guy is there. And he's going to try and release them from their bonds. Because
Yeah,
it
there's
just seems like torture to do this.
each one of them has like some kind of like a release sequence or something at like an individual like pad near each one of them. So in turn, you can start going around and like, you know, deactivating this so that they're decoupled basically from all of these cables. It'll take some time to
Absolutely.
get all of them free, but you can do
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. But now that I've got some downtime, I'll do that. Also, is it free? Is it a free action for me to take a mending kit? Or
To
like
take a mending kit?
like to I'm hurt very badly. You can see me like sparking and
Oh,
leaking oil everywhere. Or is it
it's
an
probably
action,
it's probably a
action?
bonus action
A bonus action? Okay. So
if you have one on you.
I do have some on me. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't really used it. So he'll take what I'm gonna assume is just like a mending rod. For Forgeborn, it would have to be something that would actually like fuse metal and like fix things. So
Yeah, it's
he'd
probably
take, like,
nanites and shit.
yeah, a mending rod and to just like jam it up into his shoulder.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, it's
like,
probably
it
filled with
starts
blue
healing.
Astra, since blue is
Blue-
usually the color
Yeah.
that like, you know, does the healing stuff
And the blue would
Harbinger.
like start
Mm.
sending into and it almost turning green like a shield mixed in with his chartreuse. Like that green neon would start to form from the blue and the yellow mixing together for a hot minute as it seeps through his body. So for a moment, he goes from yellow to blue to now like this green of healing.
Okay. How much does that do? Mending kits.
One mender does
Probably similar to a potion of healing.
2D, like 2D4?
Duty.
2D4, I believe.
Mobber.
I'll check it real quick though. Breather,
Oh, I found weapons and
grab
armor.
boots, lancers.
Where's this stuff?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Mender
Oh, there it is.
healing. Healing. Mender. It is dosage. With
One
the
hit
healing,
die.
the target creature immediately rolls one hit die and regains that number plus their Constitution modifier.
That's interesting. That's a cool way to do that. So you are a Mancer, so you're D6 probably?
It's a D6 plus, yep, D6 plus my Constitution modifier.
Correct.
So, ooh,
Correction.
nice.
I know
I got a
your
5.
father.
So that's 7.
Nice.
So bring me up to 20. God damn, I am hurt. Bring me up to 24 from 17, but I am.
Oh, I had you
not-
down in teens? Nice.
Nice. I was hurting, and mostly from the things that I was doing to myself.
Isn't that really the way of it,
moves.
Chad? Isn't that really
That
the way
is.
of it?
That is. Look,
Don't
if
we-
I had done that bomb
Aren't we usually the
earlier,
ones
I
that
would've
hurt
died.
ourselves the worst?
Self-inflicted trauma.
All right. So that's Ulysses. Lucius still tangling with this one dude. What are you gonna do?
Let's see if we can bring an end to that. I'll swing away. 15.
He's gonna miss.
For 23.
The second one hits.
$15.
Okay. Tell me how you take this guy down.
He's gonna bring up both of his servo enhanced arms over his head and bring it down with all the force that he has and crush his skull.
Yeah, you hear that sickening crunch of not only his helmet, but you know the skull and his neck inside of his suit as immediately his body goes, just like a rag doll, and slumps and falls to the ground in a heap. Other than this aperture kind of whirring in this room, and the sound of Ulysses going from one Forsborn to the next, this kind of hissing noise every time he activates this release sequence. This room otherwise is still and quiet. Okay. So we are officially out of combat. Kahidi, you are in the core room now. Sylvan had the door open before you even finished uttering the request over the whisper link. As you're stepping into this bay, you can see the enormous power source in front of you. This giant, multifaceted crystal that is hooked up to all manner of rings and wires and apertures. And you can see the multi-hued shimmers of Astra kind of moving through this giant crystal. It's probably 25 feet high, and close to 10 feet or so in diameter. Each of the facets of this crystal kind of in turn shimmers a different color of Astra. You see it not really cycling because there's not a pattern to it, but it just alternates and changes randomly and chaotically from electric blue to magenta to lime green to chartreuse and back and forth. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to just move into just pure narrative at this point, and each one of you describe a part of this final act of what you're going to do and how you're going to escape off of this space station in whatever order that you're comfortable doing so.
Is the moon inhabited?
There are structures there, and if it's scanned, there are some signatures there. Most of them are not organic, however.
Got it. So I think then with knowing that Kahidi's like Sylvan, we don't. I guess. Can we get a read on what the rush is now? Do we have a minute? Can we get everybody off and do the math to toast this thing without? Well, Ulysses, I'm assuming those are like whatever you all called each other down there. I don't want this thing to re-enter. Burn that up.
Jeremy, I'm assuming that with everything that's happened that we've taken care of the main issue, and at this point we have time.
Yeah, at this point, anybody who's going to offer resistance is either dead or has gotten off the ship.
Okay.
And the
Yeah, then I
majority
think-
of the workers in Awara have been evacuating from, the launch shuttles and things.
Yeah, then I think now that I know that, then I think then Kahidi definitely just sort of patches in with this still getting used to the telepathic link, so that everybody, I guess, but Sylvan especially, can see this thing in front of him too and be like, you're the smart one. I really don't want to kill or put this thing on the moon, but I don't like. See if you can figure out where we put these charges, and then basically work with Sylvan to try to figure out where to place charges to give us the best chance of not wreaking havoc on whatever was down on that moon.
Sure. I think that you could probably place everything as strategically and tactically as makes sense for doing the maximum amount of damage. And Sylvan can probably, if he wants, put his efforts towards like basically firing all thrusters to launch you out of orbit of the moon, so that by the time that you actually detonate the explosives, it'll just be, you know, out in deep space and it won't matter.
Hell yeah.
Yep, cool. That's what I think
Okay.
Kahiti's focus is there.
Anybody else?
Would be helping Ulysses free these other Forgeborns, pulling out cables and smashing consoles as I do it, trying to avert any of this process still. And I guess we're gonna try to, I don't know how responsive they are. I'm just gonna assume that they're still unresponsive and that I guess we have time, but I would just be trying to throw them after we get them all. If there's any resistance or whatever, I'd just be trying to throw them over my shoulder to try to get them off too.
Yeah,
they're
they're
catatonic.
right.
Like,
They're not
responsive.
really responsive or up for giving much resistance at all, if even acknowledging, you know, that you're there. And with as emaciated as they are, even though they are Forgeborn, their weight is not considerable, especially given the enhancements that both of you have, you know, recently undergone. So each one of you can probably throw like 2 or 3 on your shoulders and, you know, fireman carry types and get them out of there.
Yep. I think how many were there? 6 altogether?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah. So I could take, at this point, I can take 3, you could take 3, just keep our hands open in case we got to start slinging. But you know, if there's any resistance down the hallway, if we got other ships coming in, we want to be able to have our hands free to do the magics. But outside of that, I think we're good.
Wait, you're grabbing the, sorry, I just
We're grabbing the Forgeborn that we're
all right. So
strapped up.
Kahiti, hearing this, right? Insensitive.
Mhm.
Do you need to take all of them? Or do you just need to take the part that we found, the crystal part? Yeah.
Lord Bio.
Oh, I mean, that is a good point. I suppose make a good argument, Geety.
But I mean, how much do you replace before you replace all of you, huh? Yeah, it's weird. That keep me up at night.
You basically just described to Ulysses and Lucius that they are nothing but shells for a hard drive. Like, and the idea that like that is the core of it, but that they are more human than that. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. These are tortured souls, and the idea that like they wouldn't want to stay in those bodies. Wow. Yeah, no, I think that does stop Ulysses in the moment.
I think it's so funny because Kahiti, like if you're getting emotions across the telepathic link, I'm just like, huh? No, they're lighter. Like it's faster. You're lighter.
But it's
you
lighter,
can shoot.
bro. You can
I'm
take
just-
all of them in one pocket, my guy. What's happening?
I'm just like, you can't fight in a hallway with people in your arms, man. But you can put that shit in your pocket and then right through.
It's cool. You could just get him a new chassis whenever you get home.
You just get a new chassis when you get home, my dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay,
Upgrade.
yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And I look to Lucius and I'm just like, I hate to do it, but he's right.
What's wrong with you? You're agreeing with him?
He's right, though. Look at them. They're horribly, horribly tortured. Do you think they want to live in these?
You think that matters?
No.
You're wasting time. We're already carrying them. Let's go.
Fine. And he'll keep carrying. He will wait. He'll keep carrying them, and try to get him out. I think there's this moment too where they're running down the hallway, and he looks to Lucius. Do you think there'll be any resistance from WHI on exit? Other ships, possibly. If that's the case, which one of us wants to go in the wand?
It likes me.
Fair enough. You run around in the hamster ball. I'll make sure that everyone else is taken care of. I just want to make sure that my son never has to deal with this again.
I was going to take care of you.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a ship, do we?
I'm just waiting for you guys to finish to be like, about that. Yeah, remember the thing that, yeah.
Why don't you like
Sylvan
put
did?
an autopilot or something before you did that?
That
I
would have
mean,
been
you
a
do
good
have
thought.
you do have the Spectre.
Yeah, I don't think we were just like ditching our own ship too. I think we.
You could always activate. What is his name?
Activate. What's his name?
Randy.
The Warlock. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll get the ship there. I'll come and pick your asses up. You better believe it, brother.
Oh, I missed that beautiful voice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I
Yes.
forgot.
I forgot that. I forgot that freaking Randy. Sorry. I'm trying to be serious, guys. This is a serious.
It's totally serial.
Totally
I'm
serial.
so serial right now.
We went from murder hobos to just dying laughing over our Spectre. Okay,
Welcome to TTRPGs.
we're running down the hallway. We're gonna meet up with you guys. We're gonna take the Spectre home, I guess. What do we got to do? Is there anything that I guess Ulysses is gonna say to Kahiti? The mission was to make sure that this never happens again. How do we ensure that WHI doesn't start over after we're done?
I mean, to put it bluntly, you don't. We do. That's what we do. That's why Miki's here. That's why I is here. We everywhere. No one ever looks at the help, yeah.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah. Now let's go find my mom before she kicks my ass.
Fair enough.
I pay some good clit to see that though.
Cage fight between your mother and you. Go.
Does she get dragoon armor too though?
Oh, it must be. Must absolutely be Dragoon versus Dragoon. Otherwise, it's not a fair fight.
All right. We watch as you board another small escape pod, a shuttle that will launch you from the space station and will connect with the Ajax so that you can then board your longer range ship and head back, perhaps even to Cadians. And as we watch the carrot-shaped remainder of this space station, thrusters full blast, jettisoning away from the moon of Cybele, we head down in through the atmosphere where we see this ring of the space station starting to burn up on re-entry. and it careens through the atmosphere and collides with open, arid, rocky surface of this moon, making this massive cataclysmic waste. But not far, we see a strange structure, what some may recognize as a forge, a strange pyramid-shaped building made out of dark, black material, not entirely dissimilar from the Harbinger itself. We pull inside this structure, and we see an enormous room filled with machines that are of a technology that we don't recognize. We see the room known as the delivery room. These large machines have these tube-like structures, one of which makes a strange noise, and fluid spills out onto the floor. Wires attached to a strange-looking figure that emerges. A figure that looks like they're made of pure metal, as it begins to crawl and find its footing, as we witness the birth of a Forgeborn. And that is where we're going to end our game. So, all done. This was tremendous. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity to run this for you, for the excuse, question mark, for the permission to stretch this out way beyond its intended initial run. This was an absolute pleasure to share Chrome City with you, to let you play test Harbinger, my version of Harbinger at least. I hope that each one of you had as much fun as I did running this game. But yeah, I'm going to pass things back off to my players so that they can give any kind of closing words or parting thoughts that they might want to, and then we're going to put a bow on this, as Chad put it. So we're going to start in reverse order with Glenn.
Oh, hey, look at that. No, absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, obviously, Jeremy, for all the work you put into this, and for continuing to extend and extend and extend as we wouldn't let you find closure on that. So, because, I mean, honestly, you let us find it, right? Like, I was able to take a one-shot character that was neat and then find and play with a bunch of backstory, and thank you so much for bringing all that in. That was a ton of fun. It's always excellent to have it with that portion. Absolutely loved it to have a 9-shot, build characters out, have good interactions and backstory to it. I mean, you can't ask for anything else. So anybody who sees this, everybody who sees this, right, like, reach out to the guy. Todd and I didn't know him at all, and we were able to jump right in. He found a good fit with the groups, with everybody, and we had a absolute blast. And that's just the end of this season and series of adventures until we talk him into another whatever he wants next.
Exactly. I'm going to reiterate the exact same thing.
Yeah.
This was awesome. Excellent story, excellent weaving in everything and pulling it all together. I'm really glad that Glenn pointed you out and we reached out to get a hold of you. I can't wait, and I look forward to whatever the next adventure is.
Yeah, thank both of you very, very much. I was really, really happy whenever y'all reached out to me. I had been on Start Playing for a while, and other than other Chad reaching out to me for this game, there were crickets, and so I was I was worried. I was like, man, this is not the right decision to make, to put energy and effort into doing this. And then whenever you messaged me, I was like, oh, yes, hell yes, fuck yeah. So it was genuinely my pleasure. So thank you very, very much for deciding to reach out to me, for whatever it was that you saw on my profile that made you decide to take a chance on me. I am very, very thankful. And I'm even more grateful for the fact that it actually worked out, that we found, a similar style and desire for what we wanted from the game, and that we were able to make it work for 9 sessions. To take someone from out of the ether and be able to sit down at a table with them and make it work for 9 sessions is not how that always works. So yeah, I'm
That's a
really
testament
thankful.
to you on that a lot, though. Like, there's a lot of energy and effort and passion that come across in it, so it's easy when you find somebody who runs them like this. So
Well, I appreciate that, man, and I feel the same way. When you have players who are as giving and who are as willing to put forth the effort of buying into a setting, all the stuff that you guys brought to your characters, somebody wanting to play a character that deals with the tech side of things really helped me showcase that aspect of Chrome City. And all the stuff with Kahiti and the Awara helped build a really rich, textured story around kind of what started off as a fairly simple idea. So yeah, with players who bring that kind of content to the table, it becomes really easy to start building. So thank you both very, very much for being not only just really good players, but also just great guys to spend time with. You're both very easy to get along with, and are both very friendly and generous. And it's been fantastic to have that as my first experience with complete randos off the internet, from start playing. So I'm very fortunate in that regard. So thank you. Speaking of very fortunate, Chad, the other Chad, you're next.
I'm just going to double iterate. You can find Jeremy on Start Playing. If you want to get into a game like this, specifically with him, any production I've been in, any setting, any, oh man, what am I thinking of? Any mechanics we're using, whatever. It's always a blast with Jeremy. As you can see, it's like you get a production as well and everything. I was really looking forward to, he's got this voice augmentation stuff he does. I didn't want to say, hey, I want this in this particular one shot. I was just hoping he would do it, but because I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted him to just throw it out on if any of these other guys hadn't experienced it yet. But that, there's just these different things that make it very unique and very, very enjoyable. And if you don't find him there, you can find his YouTube channel. I'm sure he linked it on here. You can find me, Chad, some of these other guys, Absolute Tabletop on Facebook and other social medias. You can get in games like this, or I don't know, maybe try running your own, and then I can get in it. No, and then but there's a great community out there that you could become a part of, and this was an extreme pleasure. I don't know how we got to turn a one shot into 9, but it's been a wild ride and I've enjoyed it. And I really do hope we can twist his arm and find out something else to do, something else, continuation or whole other system or whatever, But it's been a pleasure, and I thank you for having me. And it was I already know Chad and Jeremy, thankfully, but it was great to meet you, Glenn and Todd, and get to go on this adventure with all of you guys.
Absolutely, Chad. Thank you so very much. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just for you, Chad. Just for you. No, man, sincerely, thank you very, very much. I've had the opportunity to play with you on several occasions, and it's always just such a great experience, man. Again, you're very generous, you're very giving as a player, you're way okay with just rolling with the punches and taking your characters taking the hits. That is my favorite kind of player. The kind of player that's not going to look to how to cheese a situation to get the most success for their character, but they're going to play into the conflict, the thing that makes it interesting for the characters to succeed in the end. And you're absolutely willing to do that every single time I've played with you. So thank you. Again, you were the very first one to reach out to me on Start Playing. So thank you very, very much for doing that. I sincerely appreciate you taking that opportunity to do that for me. It means a ton. So yeah, I cannot second the other thing that he was talking about Absolute Tabletop. As far as the group, it is just filled with the most welcoming, creative, kind people that I have ever managed to find in one place on the internet before. And it has led to a lot of what I consider lifelong friendships with people, as well as some of the best gaming experiences I've ever come across in my life and my career as a gamer. So I highly recommend to go check them out. Yeah. Thank you, Chad. Last but certainly not least, Chad Prime.
Gradimus Prime. Yeah. So, what can I say about Jeremy that hasn't already been said numerous times on this channel? I'm pretty sure I have sponsorship from Erasmus because of how much I promote you. Listen, I love you, Jeremy. On a personal level, as one of my best friends, I love you to death. For those of you who do not know this man or have never played with this man, do yourself a favor. This was legitimately, I did not know what to expect when I got into this game. I knew I've played Chrome City. I know what this is. I know what kind of production value you bring to every single game that you do. So that was not anything that I was worried about. Playing with brand new people is always a scary thing. But Todd and Glenn, I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad to have gone on this journey with you. It was so much fun. And Jeremy, I think that speaks to you as a GM, and I want to point that out. You have the ability to, how do I put it? You have the ability to create an environment for players that is so welcoming and warm, and also so inventive, and allows for that open creativity at the table that I don't see from many GMs at all, right? A lot of GMs out there in the ether, they have a goal, they have a story they want to tell, and there's a line in the sand that's drawn.
Yep.
You bring the sand and allow us to build on the sandbox.
Yep.
And I think that speaks a lot to why people are so comfortable in your games. I've been preaching about it for the last 8-9 years you and I have been friends, right? This guy makes magic. He is a legitimate magician at this table, because it can be a one shot and I'll remember it forever. It can be a 9-shot and I'll remember it for the rest of my life. Like, you got to know that each one of these single moments, doesn't matter if it's a single game you play or if it's a full-on campaign, because I've watched every single campaign you've ever run and they make me cry every time. This guy knows how to weave stories and get people to buy in. And I'm telling you, if you do that, if you just leave all your expectations at the door and buy into the story he's running, you will love every single thing about these games. I'm telling you right now, if you get an opportunity, go to Start Play, literally make an account, set things up, give him an opportunity to be your GM. You will not regret it. I love you so, so much. And I hope that more and more people get to see how brilliant and talented you are, because you are phenomenal, dude. Okay? I love you. And this was an absolute. I want to start playing again. Like, I'll roll a new character. We'll go right now. Let's, like, I'm down for more. So, yeah. I know that was a lot to say a little, but yeah, it means a lot to me that I get to be in this and get to help showcase your talent. Because gosh dang it, more people need to see.
Thank you, chat. And that was by no stretch of the imagination a little, not for me. I sincerely do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, brother. And your check is in the mail, so thank you very much. No.
I'll expect those residuals when they come.
I can't ask for a better commercial than that. No, sincerely, man. I love you. All of you, genuinely. I thoroughly enjoy doing this. I love running games. I love showing these weird settings that I have created to people, giving the experience of trying to explore them and break them in some cases, and getting to do that with people who genuinely are enjoying themselves and who are giving back as players is all that I can ask for. So this was just an absolute honor and a pleasure. So thank you very, very, very much for this chance. For anybody who happened to watch this campaign, thank you. It means a lot to me to see that there are people who are engaged with the content that I'm putting out on this channel, and who are genuinely enjoying the stories that we're telling here. If you do enjoy the content that you have found on the channel, do all the stuff that YouTube likes. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, or whatever. If you want to go above and beyond that, I am on startplaying.com. You should be able to find the link for that in the description of the video. You can donate to my Ko-Fi, coffee, whatever you want to call it, link. There's a little widget thing button up there somewhere. Anything is appreciated. Every little bit helps, especially right now. So it is, I love doing this. I love running games, and I love bringing these kinds of stories to an audience, as well as to the players that get to play through them. I have a very distinct honor of being a game master who gets to play with a lot of people, and that makes me very, very happy. So I think we have wrung all of the sap that we can out of this rag. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm going to say the same thing that I say at the end of every single one of these, and that is kindness is a free action. It costs you absolutely nothing to be nice to people, and it can make a world of difference to somebody who's having a hard day, to just have an interaction with a kind stranger. So the world needs more of that positivity. So go out there, be a force of good, be a force of kindness, put positive energy back into the world to try to counteract a lot of the negativity that is out there. But that's it for us. And until next time, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.